Truth is, it's lonely at the top.
Uncle Ted!
That's my girl.
Woohoo!
My baby brother Ted, all he cares about is work. But he always remembers to send inappropriately lavish gifts on special occasions.
Uncle Ted is the best! Good night, Uncle Ted. I hope to grow up and be a success just like you.
Good night, Tabitha.
Don't you think I'm a little old for that now?
Jamal Finkley, Black Tree TV. So Amy, my first question is to you, because I mean, you've done a lot of great iconic voices in animation. And when this whole pandemic hit, I know the theater world was shut down, a lot of productions were shut down, but animation, I'm guessing, was still able to be produced, I'm guessing. Like how much of an advantage was it for you to have so much experience in that field to be able to work throughout I'm guessing work throughout the pandemic?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, I didn't work completely through the pandemic, but it was always nice when something popped up and did it from my apartment. I mean, the hard part was the technical, aspects of it, setting it up. That was the hard part, to tell you the truth. Other than that, I was really happy to have the work.
Yeah. And Alec,
I have 6 kids, and one on the way.
It's tough.
It's tough.
I'm mourning my dead husband.
Yeah, exactly. A lot going on in my world.
That's a lot of kids. I know, Alec, you have 6 kids also. Like, how long did it take you to figure out that the baby is really the boss in the situation once you're trying to raise a newborn?
Well, I think the biggest thing when you have kids, and you have a lot of kids, is you miss time with my wife, which is that going to dinner with her, during the pandemic, going to dinner with her was my only time I could be alone with my wife. To go out at night. We put the kids to bed. We pop out the door in New York and go to one of the same 5 places over and over again that were our go-to things. And that was my time alone with my wife, because at home, the kids are just like, they look at me like Treasure Sierra Madre. They're like, yeah, beat it. You know what I mean? It's really tough because they want their mother 24/7. So it's not a competition.
And so do you, poor thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just.
You all wanted her.
Yeah, but so it's weird because time just to talk to my wife and have some free time with her is hard to come by these days.
No running in the house.
Hand over the bottle, mullet. You can't hug money, But you can, Tim. You can.
Men, am I right?
It's not personal, it's business.
I'm wondering, Alex, since you have such a iconic brothers that have all been popular, like, did y'all ever have a moment of reckoning where you had to come to grips with how much you really do like them, or you have been tough on them too hard, and y'all really admired each other? Was there any ever Baldwin moment where you guys really figured out hey, we really do like each other as brothers?
Well, I think we do, and I think growing up, we had that childhood where we only had each other to play with, and we played sports 24/7, baseball, football, and my mother screaming in the dark for us to come home. We played football in the dark. It was crazy, anything to just keep the game going. But I think the biggest thing for me when I think about my brothers who later went on to this business was, I don't know what it's like in your family, but my brothers, that whatever I would tell them when they would ask me for advice, I didn't push it on them, they would ask me. We'd have that moment. It was very, very intense and very positive. Then they would walk out the door and do exactly the opposite of what I told them to do.
Yeah.
They would never do what I told them to do. Never, not once.
Does you crazy, because you're going to do whatever you want to do anyway, so why are you even asking?
We went to lunch and you didn't even pick up the check. I took you to lunch and you didn't even do what I told you to do. Come on.
Amy, how many different, I know as an actor, you get different roles. You read a role and you can figure out if you could play it or not. In the voice acting world, is there limitations to what you could do? Or do you have a whole bunch of different voices in you like any other thespian that could play any other character, that you could take a character, you could become that character and voice it.
No, I'm pretty limited, really. I've got like sometimes I just use the same character over and over, and I just try to reinvent them a little bit. But I always go to my stock of characters that I've been doing since I was young, and I'm like, okay, you're up, you're next. So you're the one who's going to do it. Now you got to come up with a voice. But a lot of it, especially with this, is direction, and they kind of tell you what they're looking for. Then you're like, well, let me see if I can do it first of all, or let me see if I can, get away with this, and then if you want to hire somebody else, then do it. But if someone asked me to go on and do a French accent or there's like, forget it.
You have your limits.
I have my limits big time.
What I want to know is this: is when you hold this jacket this way, it says SSV.
Oh.
You hold it the other way, it says ASS.
Ass. That's the name.
Sorry.
Adam
the name of the
Selman
company is
Sport.
that?
Yeah, Adam Selman Sport. His designer.
His initial
Athletic
spell
but it was
ass.
good. Yeah, ass.
Wow. This was a great. Well, I mean, I love the family business and Boss Baby. I feel like this was even better than the first. First was
Oh, you do? Oh, great.
So
Because I
keep
wasn't
on.
in the first.
Godfather Part 2. Godfather Part 2.
He keeps saying that.
Yeah, exactly.
Better than the original.
Exactly. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Perfect.